Good morning, student. Myself, Hansa, of your science teachers. Today we will cover the topic different type of reaction like endothermic reaction, displacement reaction, and double displacement reaction of class 10. And previous video we covered the combination reaction and exothermic reaction and decomposition reaction. Now we will start today. The topic first is endothermic reaction. As you know very well, exothermic reaction, which we have done in previous video, in which heat is evolved, released. It means increasing in temperature. But in endothermic reaction, in which the most of the decomposition reaction are endothermic reaction, and in endothermic reaction heat is absorbed. It means there will be slightly decreasing in temperature of that compound. Like means endothermic reaction are those reactions in which heat is absorbed are called the endothermic reaction. And most of the endothermic reaction are decomposition reaction, and the different example we will take. First is, if you take 2 gram of barium hydroxide, this is barium and this is OH hydroxide, barium hydroxide, barium OH hydroxide, and you know the valency of this one, and this will be 2 and this will be cross multiply. So BaOH whole twice. You have done in 9th class. This take 2 gram of barium hydroxide and mix with the 1 gram of ammonium chloride. This ammonium NH4, NH3. This NH4 is ammonium. NH4 is ammonium and NH3 is ammonia. It is the difference. This is the ammonium and this is ammonia. Combined together, react together, gives a product, a compound BaCl2, barium chloride, which is insoluble substance, and this is insoluble substance, and also ammonium hydroxide, which is an aqueous solution. In this way, the heat is absorbed in this reaction to form the endothermic. Therefore, this is called the endothermic reaction. And the second example is decomposition of ferrous sulfate. And I think you have done this decomposition of ferrous sulfate. You have done in previous video. What is the decomposition of ferrous sulfate? What will decomposition mean? Breakdown. Ferrous sulfate. What is the formula of ferrous sulfate? FeSO4. Ferrous sulfate. Decomposition of ferrous sulfate in the presence of heat. Means ferrous sulfate required heat to break down itself. अब उस कंपाउंड को तोड़ने के लिए हीट चाहिए, ब्रेक डाउन, एंड दिस विल बी split into Fe2O3 plus में SO2 plus में SO3. I think you have done in the previous video. This is also the endothermic reaction, and you know the color of this FeSO4 and the color of Fe2O3 and the smell of which gas released during the decomposition of ferrous sulfate. Sometimes the question will ask, what happened when the decomposition of ferrous sulfate will take place? First question means you will answer it from ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Name the type of reaction. Second question, name the type of reaction. This is the decomposition reaction which required heat. Means what is the type of reaction? Thermal decomposition. Name the gas released, SO2 and SO3. And what is the smell of that gas? This is the smelling like a sulfur. Name the color of the compound. Name the color of the compound which formed during the product or during in product. What is this compound? You have to color this. Iska color. What will be the color? And what is the color of this? You know it when you name the name of the color. These type of question can ask in your exam, and which you have done in the previous video. Check your previous video. And now we will move to the next topic. Next point is displacement reaction. And what is the displacement reaction? You know. Displace mean हटाना. For example, in your class there are so many students. क्लास में बच्चे बैठे हैं 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 A B C D E F G H. All students are sitting in a room, and one desk is automatically there. And one student come from outside, or one student is come from outside. What he said? He said to D, stand up and I will sit in place of you. Means what happened? This student who come from outside, he displaced D from the classroom. From the classroom or from the team. हटा दिया, तो it means it remove this D from its compound. It means this D or this student I is more reactive, more clever than this student which is present in that room. And same in example is given. This is the copper sulfate which is blue in color. किस कलर में? ब्लू कलर में, which is blue in color. Copper sulfate which is blue in color. Take two iron nail and one iron nail tack with the thread and put into the solution of copper sulfate. Before putting into the copper sulfate, that iron nail should be rubbed to remove the layer of oxide. And after some time, what the observation will take place? The iron nail है that will become brownish in color, brown color में जाएगी, and the color of the copper sulfate become fade. उसका color कैसे जाएगा? Become fade, हल्का हो जाएगा, and slightly make it green, may be green, but the color of the copper sulfate become fade. Why? Because आयरन डिस्प्लेस कॉपर. आयरन ने कॉपर को हटा दिया. दिस इज आयरन ने कॉपर को हटा दिया. किस में से? फ्रॉम इट्स कंपाउंड एंड द कंपाउंड इज कॉपर सल्फेट. ड्यू टू द डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ कॉपर फ्रॉम इट्स कंपाउंड, द कलर ऑफ द कॉपर सल्फेट इज फेड. दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड द डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन. Why displacement? Because iron displaces copper from its sulfate, from its compound. That means iron is more reactive than copper. It means the reaction in which high reactive metal displaces the low reactive element from the salt solution of the less reactive element. Salt solution of less reactive element. What is the salt solution? Mean aqueous solution. Like iron which is solid in nature, put in a solution of copper sulfate which is aqueous. This iron displaces copper को हटा दिया, and when this copper will displace from its compound, then the iron will take place of position of copper. Means जहां पर copper था वहां iron आ जाएगा and copper will separate. In this way the iron is more reactive than copper. Therefore this is called the displacement reaction. And is it possible Cu plus FeSO4, Cu plus FeSO4, will the reaction will take place? Now you know very well, iron is more reactive than copper. Iron is more reactive than copper, but when the reaction between copper and iron sulfate, no reaction will take place. No reaction will take place. Why? Because copper is less reactive than iron it can't displace from its compound. अब उसके कंपाउंड से आयरन को कॉपर हटा नहीं सकता है. Second example, now you answer me. Zinc, which is solid, react with copper sulfate, aqueous salt solution. Then this zinc will displace copper. Copper को हटा देगा. Copper अलग हो जाएगा. Copper will separate and then zinc will combine with SO4. Then what will happen? Here is formed zinc sulfate and copper will separate. In this way, we can say zinc is more reactive than copper. Zinc is more reactive than copper. Is it possible again? Cu plus में ZnSO4 reaction is possible? It is not possible. It is not possible. Similarly, Pb lead when react with copper chloride, Cu copper Cl chloride, then what will happen? This lead displace copper from its compound, then it form PbCl2 plus में C plus में Cu. In this way we can say iron, zinc and lead both are more reactive than copper. It means they can displace copper which is less reactive from its salt solution, whereas copper can't displacement iron, copper can't displacement zinc, copper can't displacement lead from its salt solution. Why? Because copper is less reactive than zinc, iron and lead. And this reaction, displacement reaction, is also known as single displacement reaction. Single displacement reaction. This reaction is also known as single displacement reaction. And now move to the next, double displacement reaction. And here is double displacement means though two times there are displacement of at two places. What is this? Now take 2 gram of, we have taken the test tube, एक test tube ली, that is the aqueous solution of which one? Na2SO4. Aqueous solution of Na2SO4, and take another test tube, that is barium chloride, solution of aqueous solution of barium chloride, and from this in one test tube sodium sulfate and in barium chloride in second test tube. When barium chloride and sodium sulfate react to each other, when we break Na2SO4, here the ion will form NaSO4. This will be of plus, this will be of minus. And what is the minus? Is 2 minus. And here is barium chloride BaCl2, and this will be break, and that will give the Ba2 plus and Cl minus. When the reaction between sodium sulfate and barium chloride, then there will be exchange of ion. Please be careful. This is the cation and this is anion. It is cation and it is anion. When the reaction will take place, then cation will react to the anion of other compound. It means sodium will react combined with chlorine. First element in a given compound is always cation, means generally they are metallic in nature, and these are means positively charged. Second will be SO4, other compound polyatomic, either they will be polyatomic or may be non-metallic in nature. This cation is always combined with this chlorine anion, and this barium will combine with the sulfate, and there will be an exchange of ion take place. Exchange of ion means here is ion SO4, this exchange will take place with the barium, and this chlorine of anion will take place with the sodium. There is exchange of ion. Exchange of ion means this sulfate react with barium and chlorine react with sodium, in which the exchange of ion will take place on the reactant side, on the reactant. then this type of reaction is known as double displacement reaction. Then what will happen now? Here is Na, that gives Na will react combine with Cl, Ba react combine with sulfate. So what will form? BaSO4 plus NaCl, and this is the aqueous solution, and this will be the solid, which is white in color, and nature of this compound is solid, means PPT, precipitate means some insoluble substance will form during the reaction, and this reaction therefore is called the double displacement reaction. Why this reaction is called the double displacement? Because exchange of ion take place where? In between their reactant or on their reactant side. And this double displacement reaction is also called most of the double displacement reaction is also called precipitation reaction. Why? Because during the precipitation reaction some insoluble substance is formed, therefore precipitation reaction is also occur in the double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction, the reaction in which there is exchange of ion like this sulfate exchange with barium and this sodium exchange with chlorine. Now between the reactants is known as double displacement. Sodium sulfate aqueous solution plus barium chloride aqueous solution, that gives barium sulfate white in color, precipitate means insoluble substance plus aqueous solution of sodium chloride. And now tell me, before this one, precipitation reaction, it means the reaction in which some insoluble substance is formed is known as precipitation reaction, which I already told you that most of the double displacement reaction are called the precipitation reaction. And now one question is which you have done already. Here what is this? What happened when lead nitrate? What is the symbol of lead nitrate? Lead Pb nitrate NO3 PbNO3 react with the potassium iodide plus potassium means K, iodide means I. It will form, here is one is Pb plus charge is 2 NO3, that will be of minus, break, and then this will break, it will give K plus and I minus, and the exchange of ion will take place. Yes or no? Yes. What will happen? What will be the reaction? Complete it. Pb react with Pb किसके साथ जुड़ेगा? I के साथ. तो Pb I and that will be 2 plus K combined with NO3. K NO3. And I think this reaction you have done and you have to identify yourself. And the question is now arise, what happened when lead nitrate react with potassium iodide? Lead nitrate react with potassium iodide. What happened? First, what is the color of PPT? And you have to identify the PPT. PPT means insoluble substance. Now you have to tell me yourself PPT, either PbI2 or KNO2. You have to identify which one is PPT. PPT means insoluble substance, but here in PPT is PbI2. PbI2, and then is it the color of this? And you have to identify the color. This is the insoluble substance. And what was the color? Check your previous classes. Name the compound form. What is the name of this compound? And you know it very well. PbI2. What is the name? You have to check. So check it. Lead iodide. And what is the name of this compound? You identify yourself. And write the chemical equation. This is the chemical equation, but it is not balanced. You have to balance yourself. And is this reaction is double displacement reaction? Yes, this reaction is double displacement reaction. Why? Because there is exchange of ion take place on their reactant side. The exchange of ion will take place between their reactant on their reactant side. Therefore, this reaction is called the double displacement reaction. Is it clear? And now you have to revise it and be a good day. Be safe at home and stay at home. Thank you.